questions, you cross-examine them. Most people say, how high is the ISS? You're like, give me the perigee, apogee, mean altitude, orbital decay variance, and cite paragraph numbers.
It's interesting that it wrote something that's not really funny that you laughed at.
No, it's funny that it took it to a level of precision.
No, I'm saying it seems to actually understand your humor better than I do.
That's how I interact with it. I don't think it's my humor per se.
No, but it's an interesting data point that you found that funny, and I didn't find that funny. And when you instructed it to be funny, it shows that combination of words that you found funny and I didn't. It makes me think it maybe knows your sense of humor a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, this was a great one. And the halakhic precision, legendary. If someone says part Jewish, you materialize like a rabbinic fact-checker task force. Quote, let's clarify matrilineal descent versus self-identification before we proceed.
Mine is not that insulting. I only had one line that's kind of cute, but it says you come with follow-ups and charts probably like you're preparing for a TED Talk. But this line was cute. You've got the energy of someone who says technically at least twice per Shabbat meal.
If GMC had a loyalty tier called Diamond Warlord, you would have it.
Wait, what is this based on? Is it based on your prior searches, or how does it?
Yes. Wow. It keeps all of that unless you say, please do not add this to my search history with the beginning of the query.
Are you on
ChatGPT? It's still a cop even on this. It says, but honestly, respect anyone willing to invite a roast with just the words roast me. So you have to give me a compliment even in the roast.
Yeah, mine ended with a compliment too.
Yeah, me too. It says, you on a roast? Can I read it?
Sure, of course. Go for it.
Okay. It says, you're simultaneously a sovereign individual Bitcoin maximalist, a Catholic mystic who believes in soul contracts, a high-level sports tech strategies, running due diligence for billion-euro funds, arguing theology on Clubhouse at 2 a.m., tracking macros in chronometer like you're preparing for the Olympia, eating cottage cheese in Lent while redesigning your corporate website for the 17th time. You don't have an identity crisis. You have an overclocked operating system running 27 background process with no RAM management. You analyze men like M&A targets. Treat emotional dynamics like pricing strategy. Say you're detached and then notice he entered the room 7 hours later and left 2 minutes after Cuckoo laughed. You claim you don't want to win, but you keep mental score like it's the Champions League final. You want ketosis, want dopamine discipline, want emotional transcendence, want spiritual ascension, want peak feminine energy, want geopolitical coherence, want Swiss administrative perfection, want venture capital fluency, want karmic closure, want clickable OTT overlays integrated into AI-driven monetization pipelines, and you want it all by Tuesday. You are not chaotic. You are high bandwidth without sequencing. Your biggest vulnerability, you confuse intensity with direction. You can dismantle NATO expansion logic in 5 minutes, but a man with avoidant attachment and plausible deniability still manages to occupy cognitive real estate rent-free. You are intellectually formidable, strategically sharp, socially dominant, emotionally perceptive, and yet you sometimes act like your nervous system is an unpaid intern running your executive decisions. The funniest part, you don't actually need half the optimization loops you run. If you picked one vertical, professional, and emotionally, and went monomaniacal for 12 months, you would terrify your competition. Instead, you're running spiritual metaphysics, keto biochemistry, Swiss bureaucracy, virtual advertising innovation, masculine psychology diagnostics, and late night supplement experimentation in parallel. Anyway, it says you don't need more insight, you need constraint. And the brutal truth, when you're calm and focused, you're dangerous. When you're scattered, you're just busy. That's the roast. I think it was good. I like a couple of things were funny.
It says, I don't ask ChatGPT questions, I issue performance reviews. When I don't like the answers.
Oh, the other day somebody made a good joke in the Bitcoin room. Do you know? Have you heard the Nazi knock knock joke?
The one that was, I think I know the answer to it.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
We have the questions here.
Yeah, that was in an outtake of Suits.
I thought it was
The guy who played Harvey did that with Lewis. Yeah, we asked the questions.
I heard that with KGB.
what?
I heard it's very similar, but with KGB.
Isa, where do you think Bitcoin's going?
I think less than under 20 or under 40, but I hope.
Damn.
Actually, sorry.
What happened? What happened? You used to be
I don't know.
you're a maxi,
I
right? Aren't you a maxi? Bitcoin maxi?
I mean, whatever that means. Like,
you believe
Yeah.
there's there's unlimited upside, basically.
Yeah, that's scary. So you get a tulip bulb, a tulip, you know.
I don't know if to call it maxi, to be honest, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't do any stocks or anything. Like, all I have is Bitcoin and the how do you call it here in Switzerland? It's like a fund, that I have I don't know how to call it. It's like a collective fund, that it's managed by some financial advisors, and I have no say in that. Well, I can tell them certain directions and certain parameters, but they make the decisions on it. Yeah, but other than that, nothing. I know nothing.
What is
I am
what's the
curious, actually,
temperature? What's the temperature these days in the Bitcoin rooms? I'm curious. Like
I don't know, they're a little bit bored. They're not necessarily scared, I mean, a lot of people have
yeah.
not lost money, because it's not really lost, but are like, yeah, well, my wealth has declined or reduced, in the past couple of months or whatever, and they're like, well, it's not fun.
Right.
But at the same time, they don't stop buying,
Oh my God. Some people have to learn the lesson the really painful way, I guess. I don't know. A friend of mine bought it at like 79.
No, I mean, like, it's good right now that it's cheap. To me, it's like sales time. I'm looking at it as a woman.
Yeah, you can look at it one of two ways.
Keep
That's
buying.
one way. That's one way. That's one way to look at it for sure.
You keep buying. Right now, I see it like an opportunity,
Yeah.
I don't know. Some of them say that it's going to stay where it is. Some of them say it's going to go probably like mid-30s.
Mm.
I really don't know. Don't ask me to be technical, because that's the reason why I listen to them. Jeff, can you read us your roast?
The only thing worse than losing money in the market is listening to Bitcoin Bros.
You don't like them?
I agree with you there, man. That's great.
Mine has come a couple of times to the Bitcoin rooms.
Okay. You ask geopolitical questions like you're drafting a war game at the Pentagon, then pivot to the most common stripper names like a bored Roman emperor scrolling TikTok. You got the intellectual range of a Swiss Army knife, 1 minute missile ranges and aircraft carriers, the next minute does passport mode on Tinder mean they're actually there. My guy is conducting foreign policy and field research simultaneously. You optimize supplements like a biohacking hedge fund manager. E3, K2, methylfolate, CoQ10. If GNC had a loyalty tier called Diamond Warlord, you'd have it. Meanwhile, your sleep schedule is like we'll see. You ask for TLDRs of everything, not because you're lazy, but because your brain runs at 1.75x playback speed and patience files for unemployment. And let's be honest, the way you jump topics is like your curiosity is caffeinated and refuses to sit assigned seating. ADHD, but make it geopolitical. The real talk, your brain doesn't idle, it hunts, it cross-connects, it spirals with rabbit holes and comes back with maps. So yeah, you're roastable, but you're also interesting.
Aw, that's a nice end. Mine was too long.
That's what it said.
Mamdani went to the Oval Office. I wonder what they were talking about. He went today. Yeah, it went today. Just published.
Trump wasn't there, but...
Nope, he was meeting with Trump.
It appears to me that there's almost no U.S. Air Force assets in the air, basically anywhere in Europe or the Middle East, which is the first time I can say that in a month.
Did they shut the transponders, or are they all grounded?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's a fine question. I do see actually a lot of Royal Air Force in the air, but do not see much from the U.S.
Am I right that Britain said, or the UK said, they wouldn't let the U.S. use UK air bases?
We're using them every day, but wow. I don't understand that statement because all those F-22s took off from RAF bases.
To attack Iran.
Yes, to attack. So they said they cannot be used to attack Iran. But the U.S.'s response is hilarious because we're going to give it away. And the U.S. says, well, if you don't let us use it, we're going to force you to keep it. Just the state of the world today.
Yeah, but there's like pretty much no aircraft that would fly from Britain to directly attack.
No, it's over Diego Garcia, Jaco.
Yeah, Diego Garcia.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought they were talking about the RAF bases.
No.
Proper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, they have a lease. They have a lease agreement.
Well, they want to give it away, and they want the U.S. to approve them giving away, which I don't get.
No.
And the U.S. permission to give it away.
No, they pushed that hard.
The whole story is extremely weird. It's like so 21st century.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because Diego Garcia is owned by Britain but operated by the U.S.
Good old Keir Stalin.
So I think that's the issue.
The last go around, or when at some point a while back they had B-1s there, but I don't think there are B-1s there now. So I don't know what we'd use to attack them from there.
Well, if we're not allowed to use it, then we probably have those assets elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, if we use B-2s, they fly out of the U.S. anyway, so.
I mean, you got F-22s that are stationed in Israel.
Yeah, I found the base where they're at.
It wasn't
Aren't there like 20 of them?
No, I thought they were at Nevatim, but they're
no, they're at Avda.
Yeah, they're.
But aren't there like 20 of them at AFTA?
22. Oh, sorry. There's F-26. I think there's like 20. It's like $4 billion worth of aircrafts.
That's nothing. The U.S. has got like
I know.
$50 billion worth of aircraft.
No, just sitting in Israel. Just sitting in Israel.
I mean, that's a meaningless metric.
Yeah, for me, that's a very meaningful number.
I don't know why.
It's the tip of the spear. It's, we've put our best stuff in Israel for like the first time.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I guess Israeli air bases must look like parking lots right now.
Yeah. Hope they're spaced far enough apart.
Just hope they don't drive around those in that spaces like they actually do in Israeli parking lots.
That's funny.
Fucking can't even tell you how many times you like almost get clipped in Israeli parking lots.
What does clipped mean in that context?
Like getting hit by them.
Oh, here's
They're crazy.
Here's the satellite image of with the F-22s. I'll post it in the chat.
I heard clipped, and I'm like, how do you get clipped in a parking lot?
Yeah, the car hits you.
Car hits you, but doesn't like full speed, obviously, because you can't really go full speed in a parking lot. I mean, I guess you could, but.
There you go. A Chinese satellite firm. A Chinese satellite firm took the picture.
Yeah, Israel wants Iran to see what it's in for.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I thought there were more than 11. I count 11. Oh, Patriot Air Defense battery was also set up by the base.
Yep, that happened.
Mm.
Interesting. Maybe you can make sense of this, Yakov.
Yeah.
According to the Dumb Cunt Network,
Mm.
the U.S. Fifth Fleet, based in Qatar, just took to sea. Or is to sea.
I thought Qatar was.
The suggestion.
What? Keep going.
Thought Qatar was what?
I stopped because I realized you weren't done.
Yeah, but Jeff also stopped. Finish, Jeff.
Which Jeff?
You.
I think the suggestion was that they did the same thing before the attacks on Qatar in the summer. But it's interesting if they're based in Qatar and they're at sea, so they're not targets. Does that mean that they're also at play to attack Iran?
Qatar?
I thought it was just an Air Force base there, a huge Air Force base, but not a naval base, because that's in Bahrain. So that's confusing. So let me look that up.
Hold on.
Yemen.
Maybe.
Maybe I got that wrong.
I could be wrong.
Can you imagine ChatGPT's roast of Pepe?
Mm-hmm.
You're a fucking racist.
I never use ChatGPT, so it doesn't have to.
Yeah,
What did
it
you use?
says, Jeff, it says no, the United States Fifth Fleet is not based in Qatar, and there is no large U.S. Navy base in Qatar where the Fifth Fleet's headquarters
Yeah,
is
it's
stationed.
Bahrain.
Yeah, Bahrain is the big base.
Let me see if the DCN got that fucked that up, or if my brain fucked that up.
At least I'm glad that I got it right.
You need to be careful with the DCM because at some point you're gonna start confusing facts with, real facts with DCM.
No,
That's okay. We've got the
I-
DCN validation network in my
I'm
brain.
guessing that's CNN.
That's precisely why I asked Jacob.
Is that CNN?
It was interesting.
No, DCM, no, it's the Dumb Cunt Network. It's just like an unverified news channel he's got.
Yeah, it's called the Al Udeid, I can't pronounce it in Arabic, Air Base.
Judea.
Yeah, whatever. We need to, hopefully once Iran is westernized, we need to, put a Navy base back in Bandar Abbas, which we used to have port calls to, and put an air base and get out of Qatar. These people are, screwing us over one way, funding up radicalism in our campuses, and, we're giving them money for, Air Force base in their country. It's like...
No, this actually isn't the DCN. And it was my brain. It was not reported as Qatar. It was my brain.
Oh.
I wonder if
Who
that's a
runs the
dispersed.
Dumb Cunt Network? Rafi?
I wonder if that's a
No,
dispersed order.
the DCN is some crazy Iranian in Canada.
Oh, I thought it was an Israeli guy in Canada. No?
No,
I thought it was Rafi.
no, it's not.
He quotes it a lot.
Okay, so according to Iran International, American naval vessels typically docked in Bahrain, home to the Navy's Fifth Fleet, appeared to be at sea, according to the Associated Press, citing satellite images taken Tuesday and Wednesday. Before Iran's attack on U.S. base in Qatar during the closing days of June war, the Fifth Fleet similarly dispersed its ships at sea to protect against potential threat.
Yeah, they don't want a ballistic missile hitting the base.
Right, but the question is, if they're already at sea in the region, does that mean that they're participating? Does the Eisenhower, is that now an aircraft carrier that's ready for war, or is it just floating so it's not a target?
Well, they usually give the disperse order, right? Like in the Navy before an attack, so that the targets aren't as easy to hit, right? You give a disperse order, and then you come.
I think the Fifth Fleet doesn't include a aircraft carrier, but let me double check.
It includes the Eisenhower.
It does. Okay, I didn't.
EVM 69.
Okay.
I think maybe it was scheduled for maintenance, and that's why it hasn't gotten left word from this in the first place.
I mean, that's just usually used, right? If it's a dispersal order.
Well, but the question is, why wouldn't these there's 15 ships in the Fifth Fleet? Why wouldn't they participate?
Oh, they're going to. They just moved them out from the base, so they're
Right,
a ballistic
right.
missile can't take them out.
That's the dispersal, so that you lower any potential casualties.
Yeah, ballistic
Right.
missiles are really hard against moving objects.
Right. So it would seem like your conclusion, Jeff, or your
Onto something?
yeah, that there could be, coming. It certainly sounds like a dispersal order. Both my grandfathers were in the Navy, so.
That makes you an expert.
No, not at all. But they did actually.
Sorry, that was funny.
They did actually. They both fought in World War II. One of them was in the North Africa theater, and the other was in.
Hey, how old are you?
Me?
Yeah, how do you have a grandfather that fought in World War II?
Yes,
I'm
Captain.
42.
Over
Why
it.
are you surprised?
No,
Me
just
Sure, I was going to say my grandfather was in the Navy, and I know literally nothing about the Navy.
Yeah, my grandfather. I'm a couple of years older.
yeah, I guess that makes sense. Sorry, it just seemed like
I mean, I even have his naval, his blues from the Navy, and yeah, it's pretty good.
My mother has her father's blues for the Navy, and
Yeah.
he made it to Rome, not really North Africa, but I know very little about the Navy.
Have you followed the program
because he was on a destroyer. My one grandfather was on a destroyer and was actually a gunman. So
Have you guys
pretty
followed
interesting stories.
the program to figure out those GIs who are buried with a cross that really should have a Jewish star? It's a very interesting thing. There were a lot of GIs that were told to take off their dog tags because they had the religious symbol, and sometimes only at home, and so they were assumed to be Christian. And there's a project underway through genealogy to find these soldiers and to find out if any of them are Jewish, and then to the army at these different cemeteries in Europe is changing the headstones. Those crosses with the.
Do we know if China has any ships in that part of the world right now, Jeff?
Yeah, they don't have a blue water navy.
Last I looked, they have nothing there. And Yakov's point is why, because they don't have ships capable of being there.
So I'm wondering if Iran would be crazy enough to try to shut the Strait of Hormuz.
I mean, they really can't. They've got
Yeah.
They've got the equivalent of 8 rowboats.
Why
Like
can't they? Because of capabilities or because of interest?
So the issue with the Strait of Hormuz,
90% of the world's oil.
No.
No.
Let me finish. The issue with the Strait of Hormuz as being such a focal point generally is because in the context of the world does not want conflict with Iran, right? So if they shut it, normally that would create a geopolitical nightmare because the solution wouldn't be out of the water, the boats out of the water. Right now, it would be very easy to just blow those boats out of the water. So, that's not a real threat to shut the straits currently, because it would result in those boats going to the bottom of the sea.
We got through.
Not even thinking about boats, but would they be able to do it effectively from land with missiles? Was my
Could they effectively do what with land? Meaning target?
Right, ships, create enough havoc that it effectively would be shut.
If you bring your ships through the straits, we will destroy it. They could say that,
Yeah,
but that would be. I mean, that would effectively be a declaration of war.
Which is almost kind of what's already happening, but yeah. I see what you mean, but the other thing I was thinking is the reason they would do that would be to get China involved, potentially, because China is so dependent on that.
I mean, China has limitations in how they can be involved, though.
Yeah, sure.
They don't really have a navy that can go there. I mean, they can, theoretically, they got missiles. Not even theoretically, they have missiles that can target the U.S. interests. But
yeah,
they've been pretty clear they're not getting involved.
I wonder if they're using it as a potential war as a precondition for them trying to take Taiwan, because the U.S. would be busy. I don't think they would, but just spitballing. Just because we've moved so many chess pieces to that part of the world.
Well, what was your question? Could someone cause a problem where we don't have chess pieces currently?
Well, just that like we've concentrated so many assets there. I mean, I know it's probably not even like 50%.
I mean, who would be the players that would want to take advantage of us being having the back door open?
No, I'm just saying if China would take Taiwan or try to make a move on Taiwan because we're preoccupied with Iran. I know it's a far out idea, but
it's not that far out. It's not that far out. It's just it would be an ideal time for them to do it if it objectively was a good idea for them to do it. They'd be more likely to do it now, but I think they're still really unlikely to do it now.
I wonder if there's a poly market for that.
I'm sure there is.
As kind of a rider on like the whole Iran conflict, like if it happens, does China then attack Taiwan?
I don't think we have no assets in that area though also. But I guess this is something we can ask.
Do you guys know that, like, out of all the countries that have foreign presence and, like military foreign presence, like let's say America being in Japan, Korea, all these other countries, and like we have like a 90-something% of all foreign presence, and the other remaining percentage is all the other countries combined. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy to me.
Not that crazy to think about it. Whose foreign presence would you want in your country?
Well, yeah, you're right. But I find it kind of crazy. Just like no other country is like done, like even come close. Like that's all the other countries combined. We're still 90% with all, like against all.
The only country that would even consider as a number 2 is France. Like, who else would you want in your country?
But I'm saying, like, it's America's like 90%, all the other countries combined. I don't know if it's 90 or like a little bit above. I'd have to look it up, but I'm like, wow. Does that speak?
90% of what?
Like, we have 90% of military foreign presence, being like, we have bases or we're like presence in other countries. We're 90%, and I think it's 90 something. I can't know the exact, but then all the other countries combined make up the remaining 10%. Like, that blows my mind sometimes. I'm like, wow, really? Not that it doesn't make sense. It just, when you think about it in perspective, like in a different perspective, like, wow, really?
So the 7th Fleet is still there.
What, in the Indo-Pacific?
Yeah, it's in Japan. It's based in Japan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What? Didn't they move that one to Iran?
How big is the 7 in it?
I thought that one was.
You want the composition?
Yeah.
Jakob.
What?
Just one funny thing in the. Sorry to interrupt. It's just a quick parenthesis, a quick commercial break. In the roast, I asked ChatGPT. It told me, your brain has 47 tabs open. None of them are fully closed. 47.
Oh my God, that number! You can't escape that number.
Yeah, sorry, I just needed to say it.
Did you ever see the meme? My daughter sent the meme. My brain is like my browser. There are 14 tabs open, 3 are frozen. I have no idea where the music is coming from.
But
that's good.
Here is like the 47. Like, Jakob did actually a good joke yesterday. It's like, what does Donald Trump and Guatemala have in common? 47. It's because of the Guatemalan average IQ is 47.
And he's president 47 right now.
Yeah. And so now that ChatGPT gave me that and said, you have 47 tabs open.
Well, the most important number is 42.
What?
The most important number is 42.
There were multiple presidents, but we count them as individual presidencies. So he is the 47th president.
Yeah,
he was also the 45th president. Yeah, if you want to talk about the number of unique presidents, then yes, that is.
Anyway, Sorry to interrupt the flow of the conversation. Go back to speaking about the carriers.
So the Fifth Fleet, 0 to 1 aircraft carriers, depends.
The question was Seventh Fleet.
No, Fifth Fleet, I thought.
The
Oh,
seventh.
The question was Seventh Fleet.
Oh, Seventh Fleet, sorry. I'll look that up. I think I know Is that the one based out of Japan?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's the forward
Yep.
deployed one. That's the only one that's forward deployed, I think, Seventh Fleet.
So the Seventh Fleet is if the Navy has a fleet with a permanent address, it is the one that doesn't move. It's always in or near Japan. Basically.
Yeah, they could be like in Thailand. They could be in Korea. They're forward deployed, meaning their home base is still there, or like whatever. But they can literally be in different places. And then you have other units that attach to them all the time.
Yeah.
But they're not going to get sent to Iran.
Right.
No, that doesn't make any sense. Why they would do that?
Oh, no.
Yeah. Unless what we have in what like the forces like in Europe, what do they call that? Is it I don't remember like which one that is. Unless we're so depleted and we can't bring anybody from the continental U.S., there's like no way they're gonna pull our guys out of anywhere over there in Japan.
So the Seventh Fleet's only real job is to keep China from invading.
Exactly, 100%. Like that.
So that's how we got to this. Someone asked whether or not China could take advantage, and the answer is there's more than enough firepower in the area to keep that from happening, even with a few boats going to Iran.
I'm pretty sure that what I'm saying isn't like confidential or classified. Excuse me, classified is the right term. So
You're not saying anything I didn't just read on ChatGPT.
No, like what I'm pretty sure you could find this in ChatGPT. So like around when I was in Japan, like when I was serving over there in the Far East, we call it Far East Asia. Like that you were literally told that we're here for China, and then around like 2004, they're like, we're here for China and Russia. But they had to add in and Russia now, but it's still, I don't get it, but it still is. I remember when China was like, they were bulking up their navy over there on that fleet, and so we started our Navy and our Marines over and Air Force over there. They were bulking up their fleet in like the 2000. It was like 2006 or something like that.
Yeah, they're still the most muscular midget in the room, though.
No.
If you look at what their actual Navy is, it's like, okay, what are you going to do with that exactly?
Yeah.
They've got we have like 100 big boats. They have like 1,000 little boats.
I mean, not to mention that we play war games with our NATO countries every year, whether Pacific or Atlantic, all the time. Just training for what they don't have the freedom to do that like we do in the open water. Like we control too much, even if they're like allowed to be out there. So like, what are they gonna do? Even if they got bigger muscles, they can't use it like us.
They don't have a lot of boats that can go out in the open water.
Exactly.
Forget about security. Their boats are not designed to be far away from home.
Mm-mm. That is true. Probably because they couldn't even how would they maintain that? They'd have to train their personnel on how to maintain it, and they can't. Because if they started doing some sneaky stuff in training, we would be right there next to them waiting for them to mess up, Like, okay, fair game. Where we do our war games all the time. So, how'd you guys get on this topic?
Someone asked whether so many of our forces being in Iran or around Iran, is Taiwan at risk? And so we just did a little research and came up with no.
No.
What I've understood the risk being is that the Patriot missile that the United States are buying for Ukraine, for example, there is a limited amount of them. They're also very expensive. It takes time to produce them. So if the war against Iran were to happen and it would extend for a period of time, it could run out of ammunition for the Patriot missiles. And that could also make China see this as an opportunity to attack Taiwan when they are short on Patriot.
Well, as much as that might be public, like you think that's public knowledge, they can't possibly have stuff in reserve. Like, I'm being sarcastic. They have to keep stuff in reserve, and they're not telling everybody. You don't tell the bad guys how much ammo you got.
There's also a minimal to zero chance this war will drag on. The danger with Iran is what happens after, because the U.S. can decapitate the country somewhere between 3 hours and 3 days.
I just don't think China's going to take one of its chess pieces being removed from the board lightly. That's all. I don't know what else they'll do. Probably not military. Maybe something economic.
No, you're also assuming that we didn't offer them something in exchange for this.
Yeah, that could also be it. That could also be
You're
true.
also assuming that they don't have a few more bonds as a backup. Like, China plays the long game.
Yeah. But that's a pretty critical one for them in terms of oil, though. No, Marty? Or Mayor? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a zero, and if they could choose, I'm sure they would rather it stay in place. But China's not reactionary. Like they're not going to do something stupid because they're in a bad spot. Maybe I'm giving China too much credit, but
I mean, what's in it for China to do that other than like, okay, they take them, but still, it's still not like.
They're not going to take Taiwan anytime soon, if ever.
I feel like it's not a big gain for the big. All that.
We're their first largest trading partner. Europe is their second largest trading partner. That plus integrating a destroyed Taiwan back into their infrastructure, which will probably take 40 years. Like, they would gain nothing from it.
I mean, that's my opinion, and I agree with you. But I mean, I just don't think that Taiwan's a big enough game for them to really play that game and really step into like all the unknowns of like you poke some of the bears, you know.
As long as Taiwan doesn't declare independence, which they won't, and you know, we have the declared one China policy. As long as they don't do that, the status quo will remain.
It's at 10% right now on Polymarket.
What?
An invasion of Taiwan before the end of 2026.
Great.
That's a good way to lose money.
I mean, like if it happens, anything could happen this year. The way things are going.
Any could hit Iran, or that's just independent.
Just independent of Iran, like China invading Taiwan before the end of 2026 is at 10%.
I don't want to be try to question you whether you're right or wrong, but what are those numbers based on? Is that based on public opinion or based on like people in position or like professionals?
It's people with no information to intelligence betting on their opinion, in my opinion.
I wouldn't say it's no intelligence, Yaakov.
No, the vast majority of people voting on it have no clue what they're talking.
I mean, I'm not saying that they aren't. I'm just saying, like, comparatively to the saying versus, is this just like people like, okay, I vote this or that?
It's a betting. If 10% is a good number to get people that are full believers to bet on it and lose money. So at 10%, I actually thought it was higher.
It's an actual gamble?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can make money.
Oh, that's where I was. I thought it was like some more simulation where people are just like trying to predict the future and be part of it.
No, you can actually put money on it.
Plus, it's easily manipulated. Wow. It's easily manipulated.
You can bet on anything. You can bet on what month Trump will die in office. It's like anything.
I mean, but betting on war? That just, I don't know why, but that, like, out of all things, I feel like that's fucked up, in my opinion.
Well, there were a large quantity of votes, if you will, or the percentage post-breakdown of Mamdani's election that were traced back to the Middle East. Like, I think people use it to some way to change opinion.
Isn't that, other than that, wouldn't you say politics have been betting and gambling with war and people like, all this time to move money around for like certain, for Wall Street, for things to go up and things to go down? So, wait, it's literally like already happening, but in a different, like, not the same. Like,
it's. I understand why you are more like emotional, but Wall Street bets on war all the time. What they manufacture.
That's what I was just thinking. Yeah. Like, I mean, maybe it's because like we think Wall Street's corporation won't humanize it, but like the regular human, and you put the human factor, like, why would anybody really bet on war?
Do you have life insurance? Yeah, but like, do you have life insurance?
That's a good point.
It's kind of an implicit bet on death. No?
You know what? That you are correct.
Wait, isn't it? I always looked at life insurance as a runway to give my wife time to meet somebody else who could provide for her.
There you go.
Or
you're too magnanimous. You're too magnanimous, Jakob.
Put it all on black.
Or to give her a landing, cushion for the rest of her life.
It gets personal. How big was your life insurance policy? Basically,
there you go.
How much faith do you have in your life?
dig in, Mayor. Dig in, man.
Well, it changed from the time I was 30 to.
Yeah, that was a joke. You don't answer it seriously.
No, but I think I was overinsured, to be honest, for a while. Like many people, I think many people are overinsured.
But that is a great idea. I was telling my wife tonight. The bad news is I only left you a $50,000 policy. The good news is I got faith in you. You'll find something else quicker.
Isn't it? I mean, when you think about it, isn't it meant to tide someone over till they can?
No, I agree. I'm just joking around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe this is shameful.
Or someone else or retirement, but yeah, it's basically my life insurance policy is tied to when the kids hit the age of majority. After that, after that, my wife can handle it. So she'll say, "Well, mortgage will be paid. She'll be fine."
Like maybe this is shameful to say, but like so Dave, he works a job that's very life threatening all the time. So like when I say I'm always making sure that fucking life insurance policy is up to date, I'm not joking. Like I make
you have invested interest in that.
Because there are days where like I don't even want like people will be asking him what he's doing, like, oh, he's in a 28-inch diameter like pipe in that suit that he's in, and it scares the crap out of me. And I'm like, I know how dangerous his job is, but like, yeah, I make sure that shit's up to date all the time.
Is he an industrial diver?
He's a commercial diver, yeah.
Commercial diver, okay, yeah. My cousin is a industrial diver. He did nuclear plants for a while.
Steph, you might want to make sure that the policy that he has actually covers.
It does. When I say we're thorough, because like he can't, that's like even when he works contracts and stuff, I literally have to do like go through and make sure that his contract covers that. Like I'm tedious about it, probably more than they like.
Yeah, because most life insurance wouldn't cover some kind of accident with the type of work that he does.
Well, I mean, luckily like what we have, because he's so healthy, like he lives a very healthy lifestyle. It's not near as bad as it would be. Like, let's say if he just had high blood pressure and he doesn't have anything, he's very healthy. So in order to maintain that insurance, he literally has to have physicals like every 6 months.
Funny enough, there's a robotics company in Pittsburgh that's trying to solve that problem so that people don't have to do that dangerous work anymore.
I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, like, someone's got to put those robots in there. Someone's got to install it in there, test them, do them. Somebody's got to control them.
It's still less than daily, no? It'll be less.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure robots will be able to do it to a certain degree, but that's going to be very, 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 very expensive.
They do it. They do it already for power companies. Yeah, they already do it for power companies, and they're working on underwater.
Yeah, that's what he does, mostly power companies. But not everybody has the technology to get, like some of that equipment. Think about Detroit over here where I live. It's like the pipes they're working on, they barely can stand, like they're so falling apart. The infrastructure's so falling apart. Now try to put a machine in there. You have to kind of have some delicacy in that. So then you're going to invest like giant robotic equipment for like pipes that cost just the same amount, like because they're just so falling apart at that point. or pay somebody cheaper that the humans will do. Like getting a bread maker and only making one loaf of bread. Like just go to the store and buy that shit. If you're only gonna make one loaf of bread the entire time you've ever had it, why are you doing it?
Oh, interesting. So I totally did not understand the way our Navy worked.
Okay, what'd you learn?
So the fleets that are like the first through the seventh, or maybe it's the second through the seventh, and then we have the Pacific Fleet and the Atlantic Fleet. And the ones that are at the numbered fleets are basically static. They're basically based where they're based, and they may go on exercises in the neighborhood, but they're not going anywhere interesting. But the Atlantic and Pacific Fleet, that's where you see strike groups going, to respond to something geopolitical wherever in the world that they go.
Oh, then yes, San Diego and Newport News are like that area, right?
No, I mean San Diego's the third fleet. Norfolk is the second fleet.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the
Bahrain? The sixth fleet is Italy. The seventh fleet is Japan.
Where's the Atlantic and Pacific fleets?
On the East Coast.
I know.
The Atlantic and Pacific.
The Pacific's gonna be like Pearl Harbor, down in like San Diego and Coronado. Like that's it. The main hub. Like the main hub's gonna be probably San Diego, but they have like.
That's what I guessed.
Yeah. But that's what I was trying to explain to you guys. Like, so the only way that they pull out of the Atlantic, like that fleet that's in the Atlantic, because its main purpose is like to protect us from that one major real threat, would be that all the other fleet would be depleted in another area. In that sense, like that's the only way. And then we have the reserves too. So
the Pacific Fleet actually rotates or
they do. They have
will rest anywhere from San Diego to Pearl Harbor to Everett, Washington, to Yokosuka to Sasebo, Japan.
Right.
So,
they'll have
that's what I'm saying. It's a difference between the kind of the stationary fleets that are based in cities on coasts and the Pacific Fleet that is essentially the whole Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know.
And they'll still have like even sometimes like when we were in Iraq and Afghanistan, so like the major portion of the fleet, because they transport the Marines as well, and the Army has they still do travel on our ships, by the way. So the only reason, like let's say for maybe they had 70-80% of their troops, like their units, that would just do rotations out, like the same type of helicopter unit would go through the same helicopter, same kind of ground unit. They would rotate each other out from different of those places, like whether they were on one side of like, you know how like you're saying, like there are multiple ones on the West Coast, like the same thing on the East Coast. So like where Norfolk is, or Cherry Point, or like in Annapolis, or wherever in Florida, they would rotate them. Well, they'll still use a portion of the Pacific Fleet too that'll fill in, like, but it will only be like one rotation for every like 5 type thing. And then vice versa, sometimes the Atlantic, those deployed units, or those ones that are like in different locations, they'll sometimes every few years do a short rotation, even at the home base of the Pacific, and switch off, just for like versatility and training. But it'll never be like one fleet for the other, unless shit hit the fan.
Steph, are you in the Navy?
No, I was in the Marine Corps for 15 years.
Marine Corps.
But I was an operations specialist, and all I did was move things around a board all day and crunch numbers. I was also a ground infantry operations specialist, so talking about stuff I used to teach in school. And then you have the reserve forces too, which is a whole different pot of money, by the way. That's not subjugated by like what those active duty units are, like where they can go. The reserve units can go anywhere, and it's a whole separate pot of money.
Selfishly, I want to free Iran because I want cheaper saffron. Is that horrible?
No,
Moroccan saffron. Moroccan saffron.
No, I want the real deal shit. I want it from Iran.
What do you have? Moroccan saffron's great.
It's not as good.
It's not the same, yeah. The Iranian shit is so expensive. I just want cheaper saffron. Tadik every day for everybody in America. There we go.
Yeah, so essentially the stuff that's there specifically for Iran are being borrowed from the Atlantic and the Pacific Fleet, and they're reporting to CENTCOM because of where they're actually operating now. CENTCOM is actually operated by the Fifth Fleet, but these are generally ships that are, just essentially going around the Atlantic and the Pacific. That's interesting. So when we talk about moving ships from Asia to come to Iran, it's not that Asia's naked. It's that Asia just doesn't have Pacific Fleet, as much of their Pacific Fleet available.
Right.
That isn't really doing much of anything most days anyway.
Yeah. So like CENTCOM, there's CENTCOM US, there's CENTCOM Europe, there's CENTCOM Asia. I think those are the three. But within those, you have the different fleets underneath them.
No, it's like CENTCOM, NORTHCOM, SOUTHCOM.
Yeah,
Right,
that's right.
Isn't CENTCOM a geographic area?
Yes.
Yes, kind of, yeah. And when I say Northwest, I'm using the layman's terms of like, okay, they're mostly Europe ones. They're mostly like the Pacific ones, the Asian ones or whatever. I was using the layman's terms of it. I'm sorry.
Polling's not great on attacking Iran and the US. It's interesting.
And most people don't give a shit.
I'm guessing it's going down too, not up.
University of Maryland did a poll. They released the results today. 21% favor, 49% opposed, 30% say they don't know. So there's a significant number that don't know.
What was the language of the poll?
I'll put a link. Hold on.
Oh, I don't want to actually look.
Jeff, I'm sorry. I don't read if it's more than 200 characters, my friend.
I'll read it to see if it's somewhat unbiased question.
Somebody give this to the robots.
It's not even an issue of bias. It's an issue of, like, if you ask the question, like, should the U.S. attack Iran, it's going to be a low yes.
Right.
If you ask the question, should the U.S. Attack Iran from the air, you'll have a much higher, sure, let's do that.
Right, that's question bias.
Question 1. Do you favor or oppose the United States initiating an attack on Iran under the current circumstances? That was the question, Jeff.
Yeah, that's overly broad. And it's misleading, too, because it purports to say to be focused on the initiating part, but like the real question is, what's the nature of the attack?
And then question 2 was, under the current circumstances, whose interest do you think would be most advanced by a war between the U.S. and Iran?
Clearly the Jews.
That actually Israeli interest only came in at 16%, 5% is other, 11% is interest of the Iranian people, 33% is don't know, and 31% is U.S. interests, which is kind of, I think that's kind of high. Interest of some Arab states is 3%.
It's a weird collection of choices.
Yeah.
Do they ask specifically, like, pursuing regime change through airstrikes?
No, it was limited. They only gave 2 questions.
See, that's not a useful poll. See, so that whole poll design is structured to give a result.
The worst part is they don't even mention the sample size, how it was conducted, and there's nothing. It just says conclusion.
It seems like this is not just this poll, but a lot of polls are saying similar things. I can find some more. Few Americans.
Well, it just goes back to most media in America doesn't want. Most media in America, and in Europe, seems to really like this regime in Iran. Like, this is all part of the big fix.
here, I'll link another one. This was off of YouGov.
Hey, I'm washing dishes. If you guys read part of it, like when you spit out some of the bullet points of the article, because I'm really interested. I just my hand for wet and I can't read it.
So half of Americans somewhat or strongly oppose the U.S. using military force to attack Iran. About 1/4 support such an attack.
Yeah, so I mean, the right way to do this would be, you know, to separate the question of like land forces versus air forces.
Okay, so the question was, do you support or oppose the U.S. using military force to attack Iran? So there was your question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because most Americans, when they hear that question, are imagining an invasion.
Mm.
I also don't play around with the benefits of what could potentially occur, which I would ask that in addition to the other questions.
Sorry to interrupt, but since we brought up tahdig and saffron, I made a chodesh de karaf amujaf.
Oh my God, that looks great.
Thank you.
Damn.
What's on the right? Is that bread?
That's tahdig.
No, it's tahdig.
It's
Tahdig. Sorry, tahdig.
Man, that looks good.
But the rice is inside of it, so I have.
I don't approve. You don't have enough rice for all of that.
It's just for me and a friend who's coming over to during her lunch break.
I know, but that's a lot of chorish, and that's just not a lot of rice.
I know, it was for the picture. I'm going to put half of the chodesh in the fridge right now, so.
For the uninitiated, what's on top of the rice?
Like I just said, it's tahdig. It's like the bottom of the pot. So inside of the, except I like to make it in a way where it's also encapsulating the sides, so it's not just the bottom of the pot. So everybody
gets Tylenol.
Yeah, it's like a Tylenol, or it's encapsulated, or it's like a cake, but inside it's the rice.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like a dough or a puff pastry or whatever it was. I wasn't sure what tahdig meant. Thank you. It looks really good.
So just to show how unreliable the Duncan network is, they are now reporting that nuclear missiles will hit New York from Iran.
Jeez. Can you link that? That cannot be.
No, I can't. And it isn't. Don't worry. I mean, this guy's crazy. He just happens to find some things that are worth discussing at times. Because he's literally draining the swamp of anything he finds.
Are more and more people signing up, or is it like static?
What, the group?
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually shrunk. People are leaving it because he's retarded.
The value added is going down.
Another note, I haven't been on Clubhouse for a while, so I kind of missed you guys, but anybody want to catch me up on gossip, talk bad about people or anything? Like last month and a half.
Yeah, Rafi's gender reassignment he's recovering from.
Yeah, I saw that coming. I actually think that was on the polls for like a 90%, so yeah.
No, the polls all got that.
Yeah, but now he's going to expect someone to eat him out.
How's the
And now he's
sandwich
gonna
making?
realize that women can't.
I mean, is his dishwasher still like with him?
She's being very supportive.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Apparently, she really only wanted his money anyway.
They did a firmware upgrade on her. She's much better.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
They
Make better
realize he
sandwiches
doesn't have
now.
enough slotties.
Are those the coins? Is that the coins that break apart a ruble?
Yeah.
You guys can't hear me washing dishes, can you?
Not at all.
Okay. Please tell me if you can.
Other people we can hear when they wash dishes, but not you.
Hold on, I know what the problem is. Steph, what are you wearing?
Thermal sweatpants, socks, boots, another thermal shirt.
You had
shirt.
to get thermal.
I got layers. I got vest. I've got layers on right now. So.
I can't hear you. No.
Tell me they're red.
You know, they're like white tops, cotton, you know, like old school. I'm not lying. They're, you know, gotta stay warm in this place. You know, I have the noise canceling headphones, so I don't know how sometimes, but it gets like clicked off on your noise cancellation for like transparency or something, then all of a sudden everyone can hear me. You know, so. Giants, they hacked into my phone.
So you're the opposite of Randy and like Norm, who have noise adding headphones.
Noise adding. Wait, did you add me to that list?
I did not.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought just.
Should we?
You just keep yourself unmuted, Jaco, at an opportune time, but you don't have like bad background noise.
Yeah, that's true. Talking over Ruth and the dogs.
Randy, we hear when he's like getting launched to Kansas, like out of Kansas in the Twister.
Pretty much the only time I hear Randy is when he's walking down the street, and New York has such a distinct sound. You can hear the police cars, you can hear the fire trucks, and
You can smell the sounds.
Yeah, it's just so unique. Amongst American cities. Yeah, it just has a sound.
Question for people that like in New York. So if you like were born, raised in New York, and you've always lived in like the city and it's noisy, you got fire trucks and everything going on all the time, like, and all of a sudden, like maybe as an adult or like you know, in your 20s or older teenager, and you move to like not a rural but more suburban area, is that traumatic in a sense? Because like do people like adjust well to that?
Easily. My mom did it easily.
You definitely get used to the sounds of New York City, though, when you're living, right above Broadway.
Like, you can fall asleep in New York City, you just get used to it. It's just like white noise. It's really loud and strange, but it's white noise. But you know, the white noise gets replaced by in the countryside. The white noise is crickets. You know, how loud are those? Okay. Right? Aren't they really loud?
I'm just wondering, like, if you just like, you know, you've known nothing different, and all of a sudden, like, even that's not like, well, that would be traumatizing maybe, or like difficult for people that have known other things. But if you haven't known anything different, all of a sudden things are just quieter, not moving so fast. Like, just couldn't imagine. That would be a real adjustment. That's all. And maybe Stephanie shouldn't take a weed gummy in the afternoons anymore. I don't know. But Jeff, my birthday was yesterday. You know what Dave got me for my birthday?
No.
More pans. Pans. Fucking pans. Well, he didn't do it I've been slowly replacing a lot of my pans for like really nice stoneware over the years, and like there was like a couple that I wanted to get, and I mentioned it, I don't know, a while back, and then all of a sudden he's like, I got your birthday present. You got me fucking cookingware. I actually wanted either a soda stream or a pressure washer, a gas-powered pressure washer. Those were the two things, and I got fucking pans.
Well,
A
buy
gas.
yourself a soda stream. It's not expensive.
I know, I can easily get one, but like I told him what I wanted.
What was the pressure washer? Like to wash your car?
Because, just added to my equipment that I clean outside and do things. Like it could be the concrete. I could clean the concrete. That'd be fun.
Just a gas powered? Like it has a little like 2-stroke engine on it?
Oh, it's definitely not little. No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. But
It's about $800.
It's
oh,
probably one of the most popular casual games is like this pressure washer game.
Yeah.
One of the best-selling games on
Sounds
Switch.
painful. I wouldn't do that.
Very
I
therapeutic.
do a lot of DIY stuff. You guys know that, whether it's like even blowing my leaves. Like, I gotta clean the side of the house here soon. So instead of borrowing one or renting one, I wanted to just go ahead and buy one. But no, I got fucking pans. And they are nice, though. They are really nice. They're like returning his birthday present because his birthday's next week. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get you something. What can I get that would be like an equal message of when you would give a woman a pan, a cookware? What could I give him that would be like an equal message?
A pan.
I feel like that's not very creative, Jeff.
I'm just saying it.
Like, what could I give him to be like, you stay in your fucking lane, dude? You know? As a joke.
Maybe you should get him like a better gift so he sees he can do better.
He could do better in the gift part. Yes. I mean, in all fairness, like I rarely never want any presents, and like we usually don't, like unless I specifically say something. But I specifically said something, and this motherfucker got me pants. I was like, what a fucking. Honestly, he didn't think of it that way. He thought it was something I wanted. It's like, yeah.
maybe they're like $800 pans made from the finest forged steel.
They're great. They're great pants. Like I told you, I've been slowly but surely, like the two I got, he probably spent like $400 on both of those. Now my collection's almost complete. It's like stoneware with like wooden handles, really nice. So not even like stuff that has like, unless it's ceramic, even like where they stopped using Teflon, even like the good pans, there's still a mix of Teflon that still wears into it. So I just transitioned to stone like 4 or 5 years ago. If I didn't have like big ceramic or my cast iron. So, and they're not cheap. So that's it.
Well, happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. I got him something. I got him like this new jacket shirt that his other one's messed up. And some t-shirts.
Jacket shirt, is that a country thing?
I don't know. It's like it's got layers in it or whatever. So I got him a different color of it because his other one's worn out and he likes it. I was like, whatever. And then he's been wearing these new shirts. They're ridiculously expensive too, but they're like these shirts that you like wear one day. You wear it every other day. You only wash it like once or twice a month, not even that much. So it like has like this wool material that's anti-microbial or something like that. I don't understand the technology. They're ridiculously expensive, but no shit. They even make these socks. You wear them and then you air them out and you alternate. Like people can go to the gym, be sweaty, and like the next day, nothing, be like fresh. It's crazy. So I got him some more of those shirts. And then I got him a red light cupping kit, like these little, you know how people do cupping on their backs and stuff for athletes? So he does some of that stuff, but I got some that you do at home and they have red light therapy with it too. So, for targeted areas, I guess. So, I mean, I think I did pretty fucking well, okay? And I got pains.
Very thoughtful, very thoughtful.
Yeah. So
what the hell are they showing a picture of the beach?
I got 7 more chickens, Jeff.
Whoa.
7 baby chicks. 7. I anticipated that a couple of them would be dead by now. And I also anticipated that a couple of them would be killed by predators. So instead of getting like 3 or 4 to add to my flock, which would have been ideal, I anticipate that, half of these are going to not make it for whatever reason, for predators or just whatever. But so far, these hens are like, and if they're all hens and not roosters, I'm kind of screwed too. So, and I also figured a couple of them would be roosters, like last time, and then I have to give them away. So I was like, okay. And watch, they'll all be healthy hens, and I'll have way too many chickens. Wow. Did anybody else get any more animals? That is a no. Finally take a break from washing dishes, and you guys are like, mute. Oh, everybody's left.
people.
Baby, no.
I'm already imagining you out here.